Good morning, everybody. I'm happily recuperating and recovering at home. And today is Friday. So, going to be a week, working out to the crash I experienced in Teluk Intan while traveling north. Um, Today in this video, I would like to share with you guys a story, from 25 years ago. So, I have this piece of relic with me, okay? The content inside, I kept it as a souvenir and a grim reminder. Okay, so what is this exactly? So okay, I'm just going to unpack and reveal. So this piece of foot long nail here, okay, is a bone implant. So how does it work? If you break your tibia, they will drill a hole at the end of the joint and shove it in. So both the broken halves will be stabilized by this implant. Cost me about 900 over bucks back in 2001. So I have to buy this. I have to undergo surgery to stabilize fracture on my tibia and fibula. So what exactly happened? I was on November 24th, 2001. I was riding my Gilera Runner sports production. It's a 180 cc two-stroke engine scooter. I was riding back from work, and while I was traveling to Jalan Yap Kwan Seng to access Jalan Tun Razak and back to Padang Tembak, via Jalan Geni as a shortcut to my house in Jalan Genting Klang, I was hit by a car. The impact threw me across the other side of the road, and when I landed, I realized that something was very wrong on my left leg. I tried to get up, but there's simply no way of doing so because my leg was fractured. So while lying down on the ground, I held on to my belonging. I had a working laptop with me, slung on my chest, and I was on the ground. Cars were passing by. There was just a bus, so it was quite late at night. So lucky for me, the road wasn't busy. I didn't get run over by a car or what. I held on to my possession. The guy who hit me, actually came and started to verbally abuse me. I said, okay, forget it. And then passers-by, especially those abang-abang motor, these are the most amazing bunch of people you can come across, because they will help you, not those guys in the car or whatever. They will just stop by and ask you everything is okay. Not another guy will call the ambulance. So the response time, the wait time was like forever. It took about nearly half an hour for the ambulance to arrive. Fortunately, I was conscious. I had a very good helmet. Uh, I was wearing a showy full face helmet, showy R8, and my face. There was no injury on my face, but there were road rashes on my hand. Even though I was wearing gloves, so there was a big abrasion on my elbow. No broken arms or whatever, just a broken leg because of the impact. The car who banged me from the left resulted in a compound fracture. So the ambulance people, the paramedic came. They splintered my broken leg, and I was taken to the KL hospital around about midnight. So I called my girlfriend, who is now my wife. I say, okay, I've been hit by a car, and don't worry about me. Everything is good. Then I call a fellow colleague, a colleague of mine in the office. Say, I won't be coming to work. I got hit by a car. So at the emergency room, they X-ray the injury and all that, the compound fracture. Then the attending orthopedic surgeon came to see me. He told me, "Oh, you had a compound fracture. We're going to operate on you to clean the wound." So the procedure is called defragmentation. So I was wheeled into the emergency room, have everything, had a surgery done to clean the wound. Then I was wheeled into a third class common ward. So this was a humbling experience and a true eye opener. Why? Because the guy next to me was on his bed handcuffed, and then okay, I'm not kidding. Okay, I look at the pipe on above me. Right, there were rats crawling around. So that's third class common ward. Uh, it felt quite surreal, to be sharing a ward with criminals and the common denominator, or and the least and the distant franchise people. So good thing for me, my buddy Eddie heard about it, and then he came to the hospital with a guarantee letter, so I can be upgraded to second class ward. So under at that time, I was a reporter, so under the National Union of Journalists, all the benefits. So the benefit for reporters as far as hospitalization is concerned, I was entitled only to second class, but okay, I have to bite my tongue. I have to, my focus was recovery. So at the hospital, every day the surgeon will come and make his round and said, okay, you want to go private? Not this much faster. So I didn't understand the whole concept of getting treatment in a private hospital and a public hospital. So in a public hospital where you are under the care of the government, if your injury is not life threatening, it will take a long time for you to get the proper treatment and the discharge. So I waited. They tried everything. They tried to put my leg on a cast. Then later the head orthopedic guy said, okay, no, you have to put traction. So I had a pin drill onto my heel, and my leg was on traction. And then finally my surgeon said, okay, look, Chiong, I'm going to get you, I'm going to get you fixed. I'm going to put a leg, a bone implant on your leg. So I said, okay. Then he explained how it works. They do all the surgery and all that. I got to prepare myself and all that. I have already spent 2 weeks in the hospital. So on the third week, they prepped me for surgery. Uh, all the anxiety caused by the pain and all that, they took off my traction, and I was in pain the whole night. I didn't sleep. The next morning, my blood pressure just went berserk. And when I was wheeled into the OT, my anesthesia said, I'm sorry, I cannot, I cannot proceed with it because your blood pressure is too high. You may have complication. I was wheeled back to the ward, and I was attended by another physician. They took chest X-ray and all that. And first thing they told me, oh, your lungs are super clear. You don't smoke. I said, yeah, I don't smoke. So I spent another week in recovery. I was given medication every day until my blood pressure was stabilized. Then I went in for surgery. So I was given an epidural anesthetic where I was totally awake throughout the whole procedure. I can see my surgeon working out of sweat, hammering the implant into my bone and all that. And after everything was over, in about 2 hours, I just gave him a thumbs up. I said, Mr. Chi, hey man, you really woke up. Sweat, man, doing this. And he just struck off with a smile. And after another week followed and all that, I was prepared for discharge from the hospital. So for the first time, I felt that okay, it's time to move on. Time to get on with life, go home and recover. I was taught by my physiotherapist on how to use the crutches and all that. And as soon as I started moving around, I had the first taste of a shower in a month. Okay, I haven't showered for a month. So got myself cleaned up in the shower, everything. and prepare to go home. But the story didn't just end like that. Later, post ops, I developed an infection. So in the public hospital, any hospital for that matter, there's this antibiotic resistant microorganism called MRSA that is there. So if you get MRSA, you get infection. So my uh, my implant screw became loose, and in 1 year, I developed other issue. There were like fluid oozing up from the surgical wounds and all that. So in 1 year, excuse me, I have to undergo about three minor surgery, and finally, in October the following year, after a post-op clinical follow-up, my surgeon told me, say, "Hey, Chom, I tell you what, I'm going to move to private practice. You're my final patient. I'm going to discharge you. So you come to the ward. I will perform a surgery to remove the foot long nail in your leg." So at that time I was already mobile. I was, again mobility. I was walking around. I was going about my own business, still riding my Gilera, and I had a Piaggio Hexagon, back and forth to work. And after the surgery was done, I made a request. I told my surgeon, "Hey, Mr. Chi, can I keep the nail, screw and whatever you have as a souvenir?" He said, "No problem. I send it to autoclave. You can have it." So everything done. I was discharged from the hospital, and I have been keeping the bone implant for 25 years. Okay, it happened in 2001. It's now 2026. Just as a reminder, of the injury, the recovery, the rehabilitation, and all that. So if you're riding a motorcycle, don't assume that people will look out for you. You have to be super vigilant. You have this just tiny margin for error. Anything can go wrong, and it's good to be alert and all that. And also, I think the basic protection like a good helmet, a riding jacket, and a pair of riding pants, comes goes without saying. So there you have it, man. The bone implant. So thank you very much, guys.